And good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it may be in your part of the world. My name is Woody Collins, and today we are here to talk about a tale of two modern water systems. One of them is working and one of them is not working. So, how is that? They're both in the same city, but one is working, one is not working. Let's talk about those today. As I said earlier, my name is Woody Collins. I'm with Congo Helping Hands, and I spent about 4 months over in the Congo this summer, mainly working on water projects. And this was the second part, say the second third of working over in the Congo. Uh, I had spent some time up in Loja working with my good friend and partner Paul Law, where we were drilling and installing what I would call a modern water system in the rural areas of the Sankuru. So I left there and I went to Kinshasa and then finally went over to Kananga. And Kananga, uh, I was faced with the challenge of number one, going out to see what was necessary to upgrade two modern water systems, and I'll explain to you what I call a modern water system. Number one, a modern water system is not only it has a borehole that you get water out of a water well, but it has number one, solar panels to supply electricity to a solar pump, and that solar pump is connected to a raised tank so that it can give water not only while the sun is up, but also in the evenings if necessary, whenever there's water in the tank. So it's what we would say as close to you can get as here in the United States, where you turn on a faucet and you can get water, even though this water is not going to be in the houses of people, but it would be available for people to come and get at 24/7. So this is in the in Kananga. As I said, this was a system at two health centers. They're what you would called a clinic. Clinic is where people come to get medical treatment. It's a building with many examination rooms, and a lot of women come there to deliver. A lot of women come there to for different ailments and bring their kids. These are in Kananga, which is an urban area, urban town. So I was excited to see some water wells in a town versus where we were constructing, drilling, and installing water wells in a rural area in villages. And my job there was to look at these wells and upgrade them with a SmartTap system where we can start delivering water uh, and be able to track how much water was being used, being sold, and also it would be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where you would not have to have a person there to come and cut the water on and sell you water. So the first place we went to is at one of the health centers. We went there, and it was operational. They would people were out standing around the spigots getting water. There was a lot of people there, so it was a popular place and a place where people were, the health center were providing a valuable need to the community because it provided clean water and they can get it on demand. Found out later that the lady that was there, she was only there for 6 days a week. She took Sundays off and only there, say, from 8 o'clock to about 5 or 6 o'clock, and then she went home after being there all day. So these water taps would be ideal at that location. And then we went to the other site, and there was nobody there. We saw the spigots. There was no water coming out, nothing. It was dry, meaning to say there had not been any water for quite a while, and could not figure out. So we finally went into the health center and asked the people, and they said, well, it stopped working. And well, what's wrong with it? We don't know. And after checking a few things and eventually finding out that there had from the pump up to the ground level, there was a hole in it somewhere. It came apart, and the pump was pumping water, and you can hear the water running back down uh, into the borehole. Sounds almost like a water uh, fountain where you hear water continually running and things like that. So it was a instead of being a water well, it was a kind of like a water fountain. So it wasn't working, nothing, and they don't know exactly when it stopped working and so forth. Obviously, a different setup, even though it was the same system installed, but it was a different outcome from the previous uh, modern water system we had went. So, there was all kinds of questions on whether the solar panels were dirty and it wasn't pumping enough. But as I said, it was broken, and so we're working on that to get that done. I have some pictures and some video that I'll show you shortly. I want to see what this someone commented. Let's see. Uh, from Gloria. Gloria says, is thanking me for this, and thank you, and hope you're getting benefit from this. If you have any question, Gloria, please drop those in the chat, and I'll either answer them today or I can come back and answer them later. So appreciate the comments. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video that I prepared. And yikes, I did it again. It's gonna my video. Sorry about that. It'll take me a while. I did not thought I moved it up where I can easily get to it, but it's not there. And so here we go. Sorry about that. So, as I said, this is a tale of two modern water well systems. One that's working. This is the working one. As you see, a lot of women standing out there. They're waiting to get their water. They got these basins, and a few people got bidons. But most of the people they're waiting on to get water. So it's a very active system, and this is probably throughout the day. We were there probably about 11 o'clock during the day. This is the actual tower where the water is pumped into the tower and then pumped back down to those faucets. This is the solar system, the controller, and everything that monitors the solar panels delivering electricity to the pumps. This is the non-operational one. So as I said, when we immediately went there, we saw the tower and thought, okay, but we went out. They had the same similar type of spigots outside and a concrete standpipe. However, nobody was there. You can see the pipes exposed. The spigots needed repair, but there was no water at all. And so eventually we went and found where the water was in the borehole, which was away from there. And we looked at it first and noticed that the green light was on, saying that the pump was pumping. It showed that the green light was working and the pump was pumping. However, nothing was getting to the tower. So that was confusing. But one of the things that I had I immediately guessed is because we had a similar problem uh, earlier in Loja when I was up there, is that if the pipe has a leak or is not tightened good, it can become unscrewed as you're screwing all these pipes together. If you don't have the pipe uh, anchored correctly and so that you can tighten them up, yeah, you will get to the point where water could be, uh, loosen them up enough where the water would come out, and they could possibly come disconnected. So that was the situation we had, and so not only did I not uh, get to the point where I was gonna upgrade, but I'm not in a position to upgrade, and it will be January before we can actually start repairing that and get an upgrade. And so that's the situation that those people have been without water in that community that where this water well is at ever since August when I was there, and I don't know how many months before I got there that it wasn't working, but January. So that is at least 4 months, possibly 5 to 6 months that they've been out without water. So this kind of, you can look at it from the standpoint of the modern part of this solar system is there and it's working, but you have to make sure all the normal components of a water well is working. No matter whether you was using a pump, a hand pump, or a solar pump, you that pipe still could have come disconnected. So it's not a it's not a bad mark against the solar system. It's a bad mark against uh, either defective parts on the part of the pipes or a sloppy job putting it together. But that's the way it is. But I really feel sorry for the people who are not being able to get water. And hopefully, when I get back over there in January, we can easily get that corrected and bring water to that community. Thank you so much for stopping by today. As I said, if you have any comments or questions, please let me know, and we will talk with you later on tomorrow about something else that happened during my trip to the Congo, which was from the beginning of June to the end of September. And so this happened back in August. So we have another month and a half to go where there is adventures of what happened in the Congo. Thank you very much. Take care. Uh, be good to yourself, be good to others, and be kind.